Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Rico from the Almighty Pound, and this is the Pound Podcast. On today's episode, we got my main man, Max CIVILS. What up, baby? What's good? How you feeling today? Basically, for all the viewers out there watching this right now that aren't familiar with you, just tell the viewers where you're from.
From Paris, France. I moved to White Plains, Westchester, actually, in Edgemont. Went to high school there. And then I went to California for a little bit and came back, and now I live in White Plains. So 914, pretty much my whole life.
Shout out to the whole 914. Heavy moves right now.
Facts.
So from the day that I met you, basically you have a whole lot of different business titles.
Yeah.
A whole lot of different business titles. So what would you say is your main business title?
My main business title is digital artist, or just artist in general, because I just like creating different things. So everything that I do is in that realm. Even when I work for other people, so like the production stuff that I do, I'm still creating some kind of art piece, you know, a video, a song, whatever it is.
Okay. When did you realize that profession was for you?
Well, so like starting out, I wanted to do business for sure. And in business, one of the big things was tech. So I thought I was going to go do tech, but then when I went to school in California, a lot of my friends were in art. They were rappers, they were videographers, whatever they were doing. And I was like so much more down for them than I was for the business kids. Sorry, business kids. But yeah, so then I like dubbed business. Well, I'm running a business right now, but you know, I started kind of going into that artistic side of things and freestyling, rapping, hanging out, making videos. That's kind of where it all started.
So starting your business, where did you get, first of all, what's the name of your brand for those that don't know?
So the brand is Live Your Rev, which is live your dream in French. Rev means dream in French. So that's where it all stands, is, you know, pushing people and finding ways to help people to live their dream.
Okay, because I remember when I first started following you, I seen Live Your Rev come up. Live Your Rev was everywhere, you know. It was in a couple of my homies' videos, you know. BTB, shout out to BTB.
Yeah, shout out to BTB.
And I always said to myself, I'm like, what the hell is Rev? Like,
Word.
What is that? I always thought what that was. I always wondered what that was. So for you, when you clarified it for me the first time we met up, I said, wow, that's very innovative. That's very dope.
Word.
I like the whole idea of it, and then how it draws back to your roots and everything.
Yeah.
But I think I think most people should actually, you know, name their brands after something that they're more familiar with, and then they can help people gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
Once they tell what the meaning is behind it.
Yeah, well, the why, like the why you do something is super important, and I think that's kind of when we started. We were Rev Recording, Rev Productions, Rev Studios. We did every different version of it, but every time our tagline was Live Your Rev. So eventually I was just like, well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people live their dream. You know, might as well call it that. So
when you began running, what was basically the beginning of Live Your Rev? Like, what was the ideal footwork of getting this started up?
The first idea was to do an incubator that I was in at school. And so they wanted a tangible product or services that we could offer. And what I did was Rev Recording, which was a mobile recording studio. So I would the idea was, have you ever seen a tiny home? Word. So I would build a tiny home with a recording studio in it. And then I would get paid to go to artists' places and show up and be mobile and have them just pull up outside and then start recording. And then I would continue on, do a couple birthday parties for some spoiled kids who wanted to have a recording studio outside.
AKA all the rich kids, all the Westchester kids out here that's rich.
Yeah, exactly. Live Your Rev Studio.
So the first time I came into your office, one of the things that basically caught my attention was people in there working, people at the computers, people grinding, doing their daily duties. It almost
shout out Rev team.
Shout out to the whole Rev team.
Facts.
Y'all work very hard, very hard. But I always said to myself after seeing that, I said to myself like, damn, I gotta build my team up a little bit more to where it's like we all grinding at the same time. That's what we do on a daily basis. So when it came to picking your team and who's in your circle, as far as Live Your Rev is concerned, how did that thought process come about? Like, how did you come to a point where you said, I'm gonna pick this person, I'm gonna pick that person?
So, I mean, right now, I think that one of the big things about starting a business is that the people involved are very different than just someone who's going to help out or someone who's going to work. You have to kind of have like a different mentality. So it was identifying those people for sure. And also it's just about the feeling, like when you get the good feeling with someone, you know, you meet them and they understand where you're coming from, they kind of see what you're trying to do. Those always help to pick who you're going to be teaming up with. But I'll tell you right now that none of it would happen, like even the people that I'm friends with. So like I have a few people I work with that I'm really close with that we grew up together. But none of that would happen if I wasn't telling people that that's what I was looking for. You know, no one hit me up and was like, I'm gonna do this and like we're gonna hustle every single day together. That doesn't happen. You have to say, hey, I'm looking for someone who's gonna help and wants to help build my whatever it is, you know, business, production company, podcast. It's just about reaching out to people and letting them know, otherwise they'll never.
True, because one of the issues that I had as far as building my team is, you know, most of the people I grew up with, you know, they're not trying to be on the camera. Some of them, you know, they on parole, they got police watching, they don't got time to be on the camera. So with that being said, their professions are a little different than what mine is right now. So I always said to myself like, damn, how am I even going to find a team? But then, you know, the thing that people get misconstrued is they always think that your team always has to consist of family.
Oh yeah, no.
And it doesn't. And a lot of people will realize in due time that sometimes, you know, hiring family can be a hindrance.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, love the family and the friends. Yeah, 100%. But you can't work with them, honestly. I mean, you can, and it's possible. There's a bunch of family-owned businesses and stuff like that. But the reality is, you have to decide what's more important. You know, when you are working with a friend, is a friendship more important or is the work relationship more important? True. And that's just like every day you have to decide that.
Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy to fire an associate,
right?
As opposed to your brother, your cousin.
What are you gonna do?
Like, and you know,
the family dinner after that.
Exactly, and then you know, it's like you could divide a family based off business.
Yeah.
So you know that's another reason why sometimes I might want to like stray away from family. Sometimes, you know, what I would usually do is if I have my own brand, you know, we can cross brand. Yeah. You know, if you have a vision and somehow our vision can come together.
Right.
And make beautiful music, then yes. But to hire a family member, I'm not completely sold on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
So when I saw your team, I'm like, I don't think these are his cousins and brothers and stuff like that because first of all, you all don't look alike. You know, I seen different ethnicities in there working, and I'm like, yo, this shit look like a sweatshop. That's what I thought it was.
No, stop. Come on, bro. You can't say that, no.
I'm sorry, I gotta relax. I apologize.
You need to relax.
I apologize. But when I went into your office, I said to myself, damn, I want my own office.
Appreciate that.
When you basically stepped foot in the Live Your Rev office, what was that feeling like?
The best. It was the best. I moved out of my house because I had a little apartment, and I moved out and traded, like the rent was pretty much the same, so I moved back in with my parents. But like we looked at the office and we opened the door and we had 3 days before we wanted to open, so we had to like gut the carpet, repaint everything, and doing that was just like, it just felt real, you know.
Within filming, what's one of the best movies, short films, or whatever that you've made so far? What's one of your own personal favorites?
I wish it was out, but Dead Men Walking is my favorite for sure.
Dead Man Walking, Max CIVILS coming soon.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
not coming at all?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, we had a little mishap, and we lost half of the audio, which I will never do to any of my clients' footage. Like, Never would I do
Wow.
that. But in this movie, and this was like 3 years ago, so like give me a break. But yeah, like unfortunately the camera wasn't recording audio. So like the whole project is white. It was like a 30-minute movie.
Damn.
It was good too.
That's like making a sex tape and the shit wasn't running the whole time.
Facts.
Basically.
It's a little bit more serious. I could remake a sex tape, I think.
But any films, new films coming out that we should be on the lookout for?
I just released Time, which is a short film that I made with my project X Gone, which is a song that I dropped. It's like a 6-minute short film that I'm in. I directed it and edited it. So that's like a good one.
And a serious question, will you ever put me in any one of your films? I need
100%.
confirmation. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I have a new movie coming out called Sling that's really dope.
Do I get paid?
Yes, hopefully. Depending if we can get any investors, I'll let you know.
Mama, we making it, okay?
Yeah, we're going big.
Make it.
914 is gonna make it.
We gonna make it. We gonna make it. What's one of your main goals that you actually want to achieve within filming?
Ever or 2019?
Both.
2019 would be to make my first feature film. So anything over 50 minutes, which is a long ass movie. And then overall, I mean, I don't know what would constitute as like a real movie, but like do something where it's just, you know, it's a good movie. Something that like really makes an impact.
When did you actually start getting hit ups from various artists to start shooting their videos for them?
3 years ago when I came back to New York. I shot my first video for myself just to see how it was, and it was terrible.
What did the artist think of it?
Oh, well, the video I shot for them was pretty good. I think, let me see if I can remember which one was the first one we ever shot.
That's 3 years. You know, you've done a lot.
It's been a minute. And
Done a lot.
I actually think it might have been Zeke XO, which would have been crazy because now that I think about it, that video got like 250,000 plays. Yeah, it did really well, and he's like blowing up in France. It's crazy.
Wow, shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he's really good. But I don't know how that could have been possible. Like that's my first video.
Exactly. That's why I looked at you like that, because a lot of people they don't strike that fast.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm French. Literally, because he hit me up and was like, "Hey, you're French. You're from New York. Yeah, can you film my video?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem."
Shout out to you for being French.
Exactly.
Shout out to you. What local artists within the 914 do you usually like working with most?
There's a lot of good artists in 914. I mean, right now I've been working with BTB a lot. Seriously, shouts out to BTB.
Shout out to BTB.
Yeah, facts.
My God.
BTB is ravenous, no pun intended. And then also, I love Hez and all of RMF. I work with them all the time.
Shout out to King Hez.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing really well. Pretty much anyone, honestly. There's a bunch of dope people. I'm just into making projects.
When did you realize you wanted to be a rapper though? When you decided, all right, I'm going to step away from actually shooting and I'm going to be frontline and on the camera?
I think that I just, I shot my first music video for myself before I shot a music video for anyone. I think the difference is that I didn't talk about it. I made music when I was 12 years old. I was writing bars to Lil Wayne type beats and stuff. I loved Eminem and I was doing all that, but it was kind of like a year ago that I started saying start sharing it with people because I clearly enjoyed doing it. So
didn't we all rap to Lil Wayne? We all rap to Lil Wayne.
Exactly. At least once, right?
I got about 5 pages from just a milli alone. I wrote five songs, five freestyles to a milli.
Right now.
What's your favorite song of yourself?
Independent.
I like that shit too. The Independent is dope.
Right.
But and that was the first video I've ever seen of you.
Word.
And I'm like, who the hell is this with BTB?
Yeah.
You guys synced so well in that song together. The beat is very catchy.
Joker crazy beats, bro. He cooked it up. That was a 3 hour. That whole thing came in 3 hours. The song from beginning to end, 3 hours, and then we recorded it. Not even. I think 2 hours, and then we just kept practicing. It was wild.
I gotta give a shout out to Joker Crazy. Oh my
Joker
God.
Crazy Beats.
He was on my first episode with BTB.
Yeah.
My mother doing a gospel album and she done chose one of Joker's beats.
Oh, really?
I swear to God.
Nice.
I was like, Mom, what the hell? I thought it was Meek playing in the house,
Right.
but I'm like, yo, my mother gangster. She a gospel gangster.
Word.
So like when she in the church, she do what she do, and then she get out the
Joker
church.
made the cut.
Joker made the cut
Nice.
to my mother's gospel album. That Joker.
Make sure you check it out, by the way.
Joker. So I missed the party, the release party for X Gone.
Yes, good times.
I hate my job.
That's okay.
But what was the vibe and the feeling like that night? Basically, what feedback did you get that night from everyone that showed up?
Well, so me and Hez are actually working on a track next week that we're dropping together called Wake Up. So this was the precursor to that by releasing both of our songs at the same time. We both had a single. And honestly, the vibe that I loved was just community, you know? We had people who brought other people, which was nice. Like, friends were coming, and then they had 4 or 5 people with them, so everyone kept wanting to invite other people, so we got to meet a lot of people. And it was just nice to see everyone kind of that we knew of or that we heard of, but this is everyone in one spot, and that was kind of dope. And then there was a couple, really nice people who came out and supported the project without having ever heard of it, just because they saw that I posted about it. And I was like, hell, fuck yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I saw it on live. I seen the videos that you had posted. I think I saw the vibration in the room.
Right.
Just watching it from my phone and on Instagram. I said, damn, I should have been there. Cause it felt laid back. It felt cool.
Yeah.
I think the lights was purple and shit, right?
We played with the lights. We had,
like you had the purple rain flow going on and shit, and I just felt like, damn, this is dope.
Right.
But and then I asked myself, I said, I wonder if Max actually wants to do this for the long haul, or is this just
Right.
for now? Right.
That's a good question. For the long haul, as in for how many years? I think there's only a limit to how much
I'm gonna give you 5 to 10.
Yeah, 5 to 10 years. I would love to keep making music, but I also I don't only make rap music. Sometimes I'll compose or write a song that sounds like mad pop or One Direction, and I didn't even write it for myself. I wrote it for a singer that I know or a drummer that I know, and I'll just kind of put together music. So I think slowly, as I make more music, it'll transition to more A&R and production, composing, writing. The hip hop I just like because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna probably be doing it for, I'd say 5 years. Yeah, 5 to 10 years.
That's dope. I don't want to do this shit for 5 to 10 years. I want to hopefully be on a major media platform or have my own by that point. But I think after watching Independent, and what's the other song that you have with the whistling?
Gone for a Time.
That shit is fire.
I
think with music like that, I said to myself, I was like, it's catchy. He's gonna be here for a little while. Any advice for young aspiring entrepreneurs out there that are trying to place their mark into this industry?
To the hip hop industry, to any industry?
Just entertainment in general.
I think in entertainment specifically, you have to realize that art is still a product. It's not, yes, it is something that comes from the brain of a creative, and it's something that's kind of one-off, there will never be too many duplicates. It's almost impossible to make a duplicate of something.
Yep.
But ultimately, you have a product. A song is a product. A video is a product. A movie is a product. And no product survives in the industry or as a business without people backing it, without people supporting it, marketing plans, without strategies, without thinking about it. If you think that you're just gonna record a song and then
And then
boom.
that's it.
Yeah, it's just boom, that's it. That's all. Because I know people who just record music, and I respect it because it's dope to be able to record a song a week, a song a day, whatever, right? But the problem is that doesn't allow you to take any time to share the music with the people that need to know that you're making music. You know what I mean?
Because my idea is that a lot of, especially the youth, the younger generation, they think that coming into this industry for the money is it. That's the final straw.
Money.
There is no money. So that my thing is
What money?
always staying in love with the art.
Yeah.
is always something that I would, an advice, some type of advice I would give to the youth. Stay in love with the art.
Fact.
The art will always be there, whether you're rich or broke.
Yeah.
Local, famous, worldwide. Money could come and go.
Right.
But people think it's easy being your own boss.
No.
And what's some advice you would give to the youth to let them know what the daily grind is for you? What's your daily grind every day for Live Your Rev? You don't gotta give the whole thing, but you know, very concrete.
I mean, to go back on what you were saying with like the art is what you need to be into. You got to love what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, then there's no way that you're gonna work hard enough or even be able to work hard enough to get anything that looks like an actual boss life. Because I know a lot of people that are like, I'm an entrepreneur, like, bro, you sell candy bars at the fucking mall, like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? That's not entrepreneurship. Or I know people who say that they're CEOs, but there's no one a CEO.
Right.
I know people who tell me that they're starting their own business and they have just an idea.
Right.
To be a boss and to actually do that, you need to love what you're doing because you're going to be working 12 hours a day. You're going to be telling people, no, I can't go to the club, I got to work. Who would rather go to the club than work? Only someone who either is crazy or loves what they're working on.
Sacrifices.
Fact. Or insanity. Both.
So basically, when you're a boss, of course, you have people that work with or for you, or, you know, or both in general. How do you manage that properly? Because a lot of people, they're going to come into an industry and be their own boss, but they might not know how to treat their staff. And I love to refer to myself as like a young Suge Knight, but I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in the delicate ways that he had when he first came into the industry.
A flower blooming.
Yeah, not the flower dying. Suge Knight, you know, smacking people for parking spots and shit. I'm not talking about just that.
Right.
So when I say I want to be the next Suge Knight, that is
right
not
before he starts hitting people.
That is not exactly right before he starts hitting people. That's the Suge Knight I want to be. But if I gotta smack a motherfucker, I'll smack you too. But
I'll keep that in mind.
How do you manage people working for you or with you? How do you go about, like, you know, treating them?
Love. You know, I think and honesty. I think at the end of the day, if you're moving forward with love, and I know that sounds corny, but like, c'est la vie. If you're moving forward with love and you tell people that that's the reason that you're acting and you explain why you're doing what you're doing, people might not be with it. They might say, no, that's not for me. But they could never be offended. They could never take it the wrong way, you know? Like, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I love to do. I'm telling you I'm doing it because I love it, and this is why I'm, you know, maybe sometimes when you love something, you get a little, like, over-energized, or, you know, you get a little heated because you care about it. But if the person you're working with knows that, and they know that you're doing it out of love, then that would be an automatic way for them to be able to deal with it and give back something in the conversation, where most people would just be like, you're being a dick. Yeah,
because building relationship is key.
Yeah. Very tough.
I feel like a lot of people, they don't want to take that time. They just want to run their operation and go home.
Right.
But it sucks when you have your workers going home saying to themselves, like, damn, I hate him. I can't do this much longer.
Right.
Then
I hope that doesn't happen.
The ship will sink. The ship will sink that way.
Yeah.
And people don't see it that way. They just see it as, oh, I'm making money. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
Y'all are working. At least y'all are along for the ride.
Fact.
And people don't understand that when you have people working for you and with you, they are the ride.
Right.
Earlier you said you was in California, right? Always wanted to go out there, always wanted to embark in business out there.
Right.
What was that experience like for you?
It was slow. It's way too slow.
As opposed to New York?
Yeah, if you're from New York,
everywhere is slow.
It's beautiful, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing better than being on the beach. Everybody's having a good time, like, but either everyone's being fake to you or everyone's being mad slow because like they have no sense of New York timing. Like people in New York don't understand, but when you go, it's like you're outside of the gravitational pull. Like,
well, because my initial thought of Cali was when you get into the industry.
yeah, when you make it.
When you make it, it's all good and dandy. You know, you might walk by and see motherfuckers sniffing coke or whatever. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking so shallow. I'm not thinking because I don't have the lens right now to say I've been in California, I've done it, but you have. So that's basically why I asked you what was the experience like.
Well, look, I mean, like if things start really popping off in New York, you're gonna want to go to California, but you're also gonna want to go back to New York to keep it going. Right. So like at a certain point, California is just a hot spot that you need to, you know, reach out to. But I personally like can't deal with the pace. I also don't know how I feel about living it anywhere, like for more than 3 months at a time. I want to be a nomad.
So, what was the energy like and the motivation that you had coming back to New York?
Get it. I draw, like, sorry, Pops, but, you know, like I stopped going to school for this, to run my business. And art stuff aside, because like that always, I'm going to be making art no matter where I work, what I do. Just like Live Your Rev as a business, when I left, it was all in. There's no more chips, you know, like I live with my parents. I make almost $0. I work 12 to 16 hours a day. Like this is not a joke. Look, I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night right now. Right. You know what I mean? And I was up at 9 in the morning. So it's just not gonna stop. I think that is the first thing. And the second thing is, you gotta, like, I had to realize there was a reason that I moved from California to do what I wanted to do. And I thought that it was stupid to, like, every day that I spend doing this is another day where if I were to like give up, I would feel shitty about, you know? So I'm already 3-4 years in. I just can't. There's literally no turning back.
Literally no turning back.
I physically can't because I would just hate to, like, that would kill me. That would crush. I use that as motivation.
This leads me into my favorite segment of this show.
Okay.
And it's called the Bitter Rico segment.
Yes, the Bitter Rico. I'm excited. What is the Bitter Rico?
Bitter Rico is a name that I've given myself when I think of all the foul shit women have ever done to me in my life. And I also think about all the negative point of views that I see, whether it's online, in person, and it makes me mad. And I became very bitter over the years. So that's why I call myself Bitter Rico. Instead of Frederico, it's Bitter Rico because this is the moment where I kick facts about these ladies out here. Question number 1.
Okay.
Do you feel men should always pay the bill?
Do I feel or do I always pay the bill?
Well, first of all, do you always pay the bill?
I almost always pay the bill.
About 80 to 90%.
Unless I don't have money, which happens a lot lately because like I'm broke.
This world we live in, yes.
Yeah, exactly, because we broke out here. And my girl made a few good dollars, so like, you know, she was gonna buy me food, she'll buy me food. But yeah, I would say I pay like 80%, 70%.
Ladies, if you want a man that's gonna pay 80 to 90% of the bills sometimes when you go out.
And that's when I'm broke, bro. that's when I ain't got no money.
Come see Max Civils. Yeah. Max Civils is gonna pay the bill.
But no, I mean, like, listen, I think that what it is you should do whatever you're comfortable with. I personally don't spend a lot of money. So when I have money, I'm able to use it because I don't have a lot of bills. And also, like, keep in mind, people, like, when I was in a relationship, yeah, we were splitting it more because it would be like, oh, well, you'll pay this time, or like, I got you now, I'll take you out to dinner, and the next time you got Chinese food, or like, you'll pay for the movies, or you'll buy the dishes, or whatever.
You want to hear my point of view?
Yeah.
All right, it's Bitter Rico time. Ladies.
If you want someone who will not pay 70 to 80% of the time.
I'm your man's. We will be doing a 50-50 split. I'm just going to let you know now, ladies. We will take turns. If I got you Benihana's tonight, roof Chris on you next time, I am not paying the bill all the time. I'm sorry, it's like rent in a sense. It's like if we live together, we're gonna have to split that bill too. I'm not, listen, I don't know what type of guy these ladies think I am, but I'm not that guy. I'm gonna tell you now. We will be splitting half and half because not only do I wanna feel like we're a team,
right?
And I'm not being treated foul in the long run. I also want you to feel like you have some independence of yourself as well. Right. Meaning, you get to walk around, we get to talk shit to each other, maybe in an argument. I'm not gonna turn around and say to you a bum ass chick because I'm paying all the bills, I'm paying, no. Fact. We both gonna be able to talk shit to each other and be like, well, I paid half. I'd rather that argument because if I gotta talk about me paying every bill and you not doing nothing but laying around being pretty, I'm gonna be even more upset.
Facts.
So I feel personally men should not always have to pay the bill.
I don't think they have to, but personally, like, I'm the type of person that I hope eventually no one would pay the bill when we're around. Like friends, family. I would love that. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to just be able to be like, yo, here's a rack.
It's just like these ladies,
what you need.
These ladies talking about this chivalry. I don't even know what the fuck chivalry is, but it ain't me. I'm sorry. It ain't me. I don't know what chivalry is, but it ain't me.
I was raised on romantic comedies, so I'm still watching a ton of those. I know all the romantic gestures.
I mean, listen,
chivalry's ingrained in the brain, bro.
I was raised right. Despite all the shit that I'm saying.
Shout out to Gospel Mom.
I was raised right.
Right.
Household full of women, all my sisters there.
How many sisters you have?
4.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm the youngest.
Yo, sisters, you didn't.
And I'm the youngest, but
Are you hearing him?
Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you, they taught me the game.
Word.
They taught me don't be tricking on these bitches out here. Basically, in a sense. I'm sorry to call you bitches, but I don't know all your names individually, so let's not be sensitive, ladies that's watching this. But I just feel personally that we should thrive off one another. You shouldn't have to feel like I'm doing everything for you. I just feel like women shouldn't have to feel like that, but women nowadays anyway, very independent. I don't know if it's because of the social media era and they feel like this is stuff that they have to post about. They have to post about their independence. They have to flaunt their independence as opposed to back in the day before social media and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why I feel like we shouldn't have to always pay the bill in this era.
But from now on, if you do not pay for the whole bill, make sure that while you're doing it, play Independent and send me that song because I would love to see an independent woman paying for the bill. I'm independent.
Listen to Independent.
Yeah, check it out.
BTB, Max Civils.
Stay independent.
When you're thinking about trying to help me pay the bill, I think. Yeah, the bit of Rico it's just embedded in me. I can't. Max, I just want to say, proud of you. Proud of. I'm happy that we even got connected, and we're starting a partnership with one another, and we're building. I love everything that you represent. I love the way you carry yourself. I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Max Civils, Frederico's The Pound Podcast. Have a blessed day and not a stressed day. You gotta relax. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Frederico. It's The Pound Podcast. It's the moment y'all been waiting for, man. Frederico's Freestyles, Part 3, featuring my man's Max Civils. Yo, Max, spit that. Hey, yo, JB, run that shit.
Live your Rev 914. What is up, Frederico Freestyle? Max CIVILS. Let's get it. Yeah. My rhythm is ballistic, saying fuck it to the system. Listen as I Christian Juba with an inner vision. Loss of inhibition, probably Friday with that acid. I'm the new kid, just spitting out a classic. It's a marathon, I've been training, think I'll last it. Blast past it, mad rapping. You'll see me sky flying, confuse me for Aladdin. I did the numbers on your gram and I'm mad at it. There's mad padding, prepubescent man and woman bluffing, playing mad Madden. And I've had it, I'm sick of all the bullshit, avalanching. You're half average, probably try to sell me dope and bag mad cabbage. I'm mad savage, don't think that I'd be stupider. You're bad managed, I planned it like it's Jupiter. Sorry for the ego, it be gone in a minute. Wisdom ain't as death, it's just knowing when to bring it. I'm just kicking incredibly dope shit to medically cope with a disorder doctor gave on a note. Script, all the fog and shade that be making me choke. quick, all the fake asleep, people claiming they woke. It's funny that you label me as a joke, cause I rap and I'm broke. Had to ease my mind up, so I'm taking a toke. Hold up, didn't even dip into the message that I'm hoping to sow. We need to clean the game up, somebody give me the soap. Somebody give me the soap. Rico Freestyles, what the fuck is good 914?
Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Rico Freestyles, part 3 with my boy Max CIVILS, and we out. You gotta relax.
You gotta relax.